and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's RG3's Browns going up against Rodgers' Packers. So with that, let's get up to Lambeau Field. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cleveland Browns and the Green Bay Packers. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
As we well know, there's no shortage of weapons for the Green Bay Packers, but I think Jared Cook's emergence this year was a big factor in them going from 4-6 and making the run they did to the NFC Championship game.
And with that emergence, you look at him, he's a free agent, turns 30 in April. They want this guy back, you would think.
I would think so, especially because the rapport between he and Aaron Rodgers got better and better as the season went on, culminating with that incredible catch in the game against Dallas in the playoffs.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Desmond Bryant in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. On third and long, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. This is taken at the 10. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And an alley to run. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
There's no sense in dancing around it. Not a lot of bright spots to talk about in Cleveland this year. But I think Isaiah Crowell, the running back, he's a guy we got to keep an eye on in the future. Short of 1,000 yards, but it's hard for him to get enough carries to get there.
Yeah, but he was healthy, started all 16 games. Coach Hugh Jackson, though, said it was his goal to get him to 1,000. You're right, though, just shy of that at 952. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
A first down carry now for Crowell. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Let's meet the offensive starters, and let's discuss Corey Coleman, first wide receiver drafted out of last year's class.
And there was a reason for that. When you watched his tape, when you watched his games, you saw his explosiveness and ability to play the ball in the air downfield. Don't get hung up on the fact he only ran 4 routes at Baylor. Just coach him up and turn him loose.
And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Mike Daniels continues to get better and better with each year. A nice run stopper inside.
And Barnage has it on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. To throw is RG3. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And as the Packers get set to come back out on offense, and Charles, I want to ask you a question. You can take it offensively or defensively for Green Bay as they look to next year. Where do they need to focus, draft and otherwise?
I think I'll start on the offensive side of the ball, and I think running back is going to be a position they have to address. No matter what they decide to do with Eddie Lacy, decide what they're going to do with Ty Montgomery, but get more running backs into the mix. I think offensive line, you always want to fortify that position. But flip it over to the defensive side. Who's going to be the pass rusher besides Clay Matthews? Is Nick Perry still coming on? Do they have to draft someone else to help supplement Julius Peppers? In the secondary, they need corners that can cover. That's a big spot for them.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jared Cook, 69 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And as the Cleveland Browns come back out onto the field, they'll get going again on offense here in a second, but 1-15 this last year. And it's a franchise that since moving back to Cleveland in '99 has only been to the playoffs one time.
Hard to believe, right? Just 2 winning seasons in that time frame
only 2.
as well. But I think there's optimism to be had here in Cleveland. I think that the fans, it's tough for them to see it after another 1-15 season. But I think that they have a plan in place to move this franchise forward. Ownership, front office, head coach, all in lockstep together, with a vision and a plan that they intend to execute.
Now Griffin on 2nd down. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had
touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, a 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Packers add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it's a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions. Some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
You're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because all of this is going to be a long day for you.
Pryor has it complete. And how about what Pryor did this year on a 1-15 team? 77 catches, over 1,000 yards, and we saw what an athlete he can be. We saw that in college, but man, he can do a lot.
And now he wants to be a wide receiver, and I think that's where the difference was, because you mentioned him being an athlete. He still wanted to be a quarterback, so he was resistant to making the move out wide And now that he's doing it and doing it on a regular basis, I think this is the baseline of numbers we can come to expect from Terrell Pryor. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So a 3rd and 8.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding a way open.
And maybe a little of both. He'll try to lay one up deep. And that one incomplete. Got some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
The kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And here's a look at the defensive unit that hopes to halt this offense today. Throwing is Rodgers. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the first quarter. Charles, he's on pace for over 400.
And playing with great confidence, isn't he? I think he probably had it coming into the
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He'll set up the screen to Lacy. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
I don't know about you, but every time I see Ty Montgomery carry the ball, I have to admit it, I get a chuckle to see number 88 in the running back position.
Probably have to change that going forward. Will they build around him at that running back spot?
I think that's one of the great questions and a little bit of a mystery because you know they want him to be a running back next year. Mike McCarthy, the head coach, has said that. But will he be the main running back? What are they going to do with Eddie Lacy? Are they going to address it in the draft? I think he'll be a vital piece. I'm not sure he'll be the one lead running back that Green Bay lean on to take some of the pressure off of Aaron Rodgers' magic throwing.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage, to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so bent on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack. You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes with people trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 11. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
For a punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But listen, if there's going to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they would have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, switching over to talk about the Super Bowl for a minute. One thing you mentioned that may have gotten overlooked, Gostkowski missing the PAT, so it was a 28-9, and that really changed the complexion because then they were chasing points going forward.
And in a way we didn't anticipate, it helped heighten the heroics of Tom Brady and the Patriots in that game because you just mentioned chasing points. Now, after touchdowns, they were having to go for 2-point conversions. So they got 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions because of the missed extra point that led to overtime. Actually made the heroics even better for Tom Brady and the Patriots.
And the first 2-point conversion, little trickeration. The second one, though, a little more conventional, both effective. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and it'll be a Green Bay 1st down. On 1st down, Rodgers flushed out right. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's the fullback, Gostkowski, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Now about that call, hand it to the big guy in that situation.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Rodgers will throw it for him. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
They'll throw on 1st down with Griffin. A screen complete to Crowell. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
He sets to fire deep. And, oh, what a catch at the 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Terrell Pryor, 56 yards. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but and now it's blocked. This is going the other way, but he will not be able to bring this one back, in the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt? The defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more blocks.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was stepped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points,
they can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting to run. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be very careful here that as he's playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. They come out here in the eye. Throwing is Rodgers, leaving the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Giving 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. It doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Griffin looking for Barnage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sideline as a head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold.
He trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how they play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
I'll see what his offense can do.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Got him in. Complete. This is Richard Rodgers. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before they get to halftime. Here's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And that is caught. What a catch at the 3-yard line. One thing's for sure with Jordy Nelson, you can't fault his toughness. And we saw that on display in the NFC Championship game with that rib injury he played through.
To be honest with you, I didn't think he was going to play in the game. When I hear 2 cracked ribs, I just don't see that as a recipe for a guy being able to play wide receiver in a championship game. And he came back in about 2 weeks' time. You're exactly right. Excellent toughness, incredible toughness. And how about the production during the game? He was a factor, especially
He scored a touchdown, 67 yards as well. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the lead will grow by 1 more. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about. And never mind, Larry. These 2 teams apparently anxious to get back at it. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon getting set for quarter number 3 here. And this will be a touchback as Ed sails over the inline. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
Sun just rose and now I beat. Lay it down, I feel I'm spinning all between the sheets. It's going down tonight. Got these guys looking fly. Time to ride out with my side. Man, it's going down. Yeah, it's going down tonight. Man, it's going down. Yeah, it's going down tonight.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. To the air, Kessler after the pick six. Andrew Hawkins has it complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Hey, we got a second here, overlooked by the Super Bowl. Some of the awards given out. Matt Ryan, obviously, the MVP, but interesting to see Dak and Zeke finish 1-2 in Rookie of the Year, and you expected that.
Yeah, we expect that. Offensive Rookie of the Year, but I loved how Dak handled it. Said he wished he had it nice. They could split it in half so both could have it. And Joey Bosa was the Defensive Rookie of the Year.
And then Man of the Year, that was split between Larry Fitzgerald and Eli Manning.
Yes, and both of them well-deserved it. I mean, it was fantastic to see both of them on the stage getting that award, and the league loves to acknowledge the Man of the Year because it's not just about what you're doing on the football field, what you're doing in the community, how you're making this place a much better world.
And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense, with two guys going up for the football. Which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
No, without a doubt. The will, as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Well, let's change pace for a second. Talk about the Super Bowl. Had some great catches in that game. Two that will certainly be remembered. The Julio Jones grab on the sideline. And then the last one by Edelman on that drive to tie the game. Unbelievable.
I'll start with Julio because it was unlikely to me about him catching the ball because the coverage from Eric Rowe was tight. He was in front of him. And I think he obscured his vision for just a split second, and he still hauled that one in, got both feet down. But Julian Edelman's catch, that has to be one for the ages. That's going to be talked about as long as we play Super Bowls, because I thought there were at least 3 Falcons involved in trying to break that one up, and somehow he had enough coordination to catch it again, and keep it off the ground.
And impressive, they called it complete on the field. When I saw it with the naked eye, I said, no way, that bounced off the ground. Nope.
It went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
A really nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Only 3 there on the screen at second down. And they're going to speed things up here.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Rodgers to throw on second down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
And again, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. On the run. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Randall Cobb, 30 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And the Browns getting set to go. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard, because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
On 1st and 10, here's Kessler. It's caught. It's Barnage over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Let's go!
Kessler will try again on second down. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Kessler to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the 1st down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Cody Kessler with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Browns get a score closer. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Isaiah Crowell taking it in. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. And this one through the uprights and good. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Escaping the pressure right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Kessler wants to throw. Looking for Barnage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. The rookie
is going down.
Picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
And his throw is incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's second down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Lacy. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. And quickly, they get to the line. To throw is Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jamie Collins in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough third down awaits them.
Rodgers now on third and goal. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. It'll be a gain of 6, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal. So now on fourth down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Crosby puts it through, And that will extend their lead even further. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Back now at Lambeau. Throwing is Rodgers. Surveying the field. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put up.
Touchdown, Packers. Jared Cook, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Another extra point opportunity here. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it again with Crowell. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Always got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Now that run is one to build on, and I know it sounds like a cliche and it seems like a simple thing, but truthfully, Coaches are always looking for something to pull out of a tough day. And right now, this team has had one of those. So that run there, I guarantee that's a clip and save as they move forward and look towards the next game. And he'll tell his team, this is what we're looking for. This is what we planned for. Let's have more of this to start games as opposed to getting it at the end.
On second down, here's Crowell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help. Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Dancing to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Adams. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big. The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
This is complete to Hawkins. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. They'll get 23 yards there. And it'll give the Browns a first down. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there. And it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
No.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Here's Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
Draw. Hard to admit that I used to draw. Portraiture in a human form. Doodle of a two-headed unicorn. It was soothing. Moving his arm in a fusion of man-made tools and amused from beyond. Even if it went beautifully wrong, it was tangible truth for a youth to refuse to belong. No name nuisance. Who's in a bedroom? Who's in a brand new cuneiform? Barely commune with the horde. Got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. Might zone amp to the yap of the magpie. Unseen hand dragging his graphite. Cross contour, little bit of backlight. Black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine a rush to ensue when you get 3 dimensions stuffed in a 2. Then it's off to a school where it's all you can do. Being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a 2-bedroom doing menial jobs. Plus rhyming and stealing and being a clod. Distractions, freedom, a rod. I left some years of giving a light. I left some will the spirit away. I let my fears materialize. I let my skills deteriorate. Haunted by the thought of what I should have been. Continuing a mission that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Snap on the front lawn, look up in the sky. It's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Brady's Patriots going up against Rodgers' Packers. With that, let's get you up to Green Bay, Wisconsin, where we welcome in our commentators, Brandon Guyton and James Davis.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers. They come out here in the eye. The first carry now. This is Lacy. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Rob Ninkovich on the stop. And for this offensive unit, Eddie Lacy, sometimes he even has the Auburn fans saying roll tide.
Now that's big right there, because for them to say that, wow, that tells you how good a talent he really is. When he gets rumbling, the field tilts in his favor.
Maybe I overstepped my bounds there a bit, but he's good.
Brandon, you never want to get in the middle of Alabama versus Auburn.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you got all that open.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They go play action here on first down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Now a first down carry. It's Lacy. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. For the Patriots, starting lineup defensively, and one thing that may have been overlooked in the Super Bowl, yes, a rough start for this group, but they pitched a shutout in the end while Tom Brady and company were making that comeback.
They really got their legs under them in the second half, didn't they? Because
looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87.
Now, for Blunt in the Super Bowl, did have a costly fumble late in the first quarter. 9 carries in the first half, only 2 in the second half. Of course, they were trying to come from behind, and Tom Brady was doing a lot of the work.
And you remember prior to the Super Bowl, I thought that LeGarrette Blount would carry 20-plus times. I thought he'd be a real workhorse in this game. But as it turned out, once the New England Patriots really got down on the scoreboard, Tom Brady went to a lot of wide, 4 or 5 wide receiver sets, spreading the field, and they went ahead and rode Tom Brady all the way in for a Super Bowl championship. But LeGarrette Blount, usually a very dependable ball carrier.
Clay Matthews in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. This is taken at about the 14. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said is they...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Here come the Patriots again on offense, the Super Bowl champions. And, boy, they have been able to do it a lot of times, Charles, with unsung heroes, haven't they? Look at the names that led them through the playoffs. Hogan, White, Lewis, guys you just wouldn't think of.
Yeah, Deion Lewis, a 5th-round pick, 3 touchdowns against Houston in the divisional round. Chris Hogan, undrafted. He ends up having 180 yards in receptions, including 5 plays of 20 yards or more against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And how about James White, a 4th-round pick out of Wisconsin? Think about who he played behind while he was at Wisconsin, and he turns out to be the unsung hero of the Super Bowl. Would have been the MVP if it wasn't for Tom Brady.
And you mentioned James White at Wisconsin. He was behind who? Melvin Gordon and Monte Ball, right?
That's correct.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get their confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Rodgers with a give. It's Lacy. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
This is one of those plays where everything went right except the finish. Got out of trouble, found a receiver downfield, but it fell incomplete.
Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go. It seems like, and it is a gamble on their side of the field, but they have supreme confidence in picking it up on quarterback sneak. You just feel it from this team.
Now Rodgers, buying time to his left. The left side throw complete to Adams. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
Yeah, showed it right there outside of the pocket and on the money.
We all knew Dante Hightower was a tremendous run-stopping linebacker. What people forgot was even in college, they would use him as a pass rusher in nickel situations. And that really...
Damn it, man.
Intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. The New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On 2nd down, here's Brady. He's going to air one out, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time, and it's 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, They have about 5 or 6 plays per game.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and the Packers pick it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Barkevius Mingo able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. And now the offense will look to respond after the sack. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
319!
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They come out here in the eye.
18! 26!
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
319!
On 1st down, Rodgers. He'll set up the screen to Lacy. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
This will be caught at about the 5.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Easy.
2nd and goal to go now. They stay on the ground. This time it's Lacy. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Eddie Lacy, a 3-yard touchdown run. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Going underneath for Lewis. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Brady now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Bullshit.
Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete.
Partner, we know Julian Edelman's always a big part of the game plan for New England, and it was no different in the Super Bowl. They targeted him 13 times. He only had 5 catches for 87 yards, but did he make the catch of all time in the Super Bowl, that 27-yard juggling, incredible, defying catch?
You know what's impressive is they got that call right on the field. And when I saw it live on television, you were there in person, I thought, that's not a catch. But then they showed the replay. Unbelievable.
And when the official ran in and was emphatic that it was a catch, I thought he meant interception at first because there were so many red jerseys around Edelman. And as it turned out, they nailed it. Got it right on the field, got it right in replay. And Julian Edelman had a big impact in the Super Bowl with that catch.
Now Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Chris Hogan, 50 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Rodgers now on first down. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They come out here in the eye. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. Here's Jacob Shum now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And it's fielded at the 34. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Brady going to throw, and he'll find his favorite receiver. That's Edelman. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It goes as a gain of 8, and lose of chains. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was
And this is caught. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they'll try, and he is in. Touchdown, New England. Tom Brady with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And his kick is right through. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
He's going to sling this deep. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Quickly to Gronkowski, that's caught. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now Brady. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Chris Hogan, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And his kick is good. Gronkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Hey, I wanted to sneak this in. Overtime in the Super Bowl. First ever, by the way. Some folks after were having the discussion, do they like the college rules for overtime better? Should each team at least get an offensive possession? What do you think?
Now, how deep are you talking about the college rules? Because I don't like the college overtime because it feels gimmicky to me. Because
starting from the 25.
Yeah, it's not real football. But you're talking about make it equal.
Should each team at least get a possession?
I am so old school, Brandon. I liked the original sudden death. Okay? Coin flip. One team gets the ball, one team doesn't. You have a chance to stop them on defense. If you don't do that, so be it. That's just me. But in this situation, I do like the tweak the NFL made. If you go downfield and score a touchdown, that's your ball game. If it's a field goal or less, then the other team gets a possession. I think that's more than equitable. But for me, bring it back to the original sudden death.
Man, you are old school. I do think at least it should be a touchdown. A field goal should not decide it on the first possession. That man can leap, Charles. How do you defend a pass like that and a receiver that good?
Partner, you're really doing it through prayer because you can cover them totally downfield, but at the end, their athleticism actually allows them to uncover themselves and go over the top of you and make a play.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Rodgers throwing on second, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Rodgers going to throw. Oh my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone That means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Come on, man. Fucking on my shit.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And now here's another interception. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Again, it's Lacy. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. The Super Bowl hero, Malcolm Butler, makes a stop.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys...
And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. So from the 40 to the 45, 5-yard run. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Over the middle, it's Amendola. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The wideout Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Charles, let me go a different direction for a second. You were at the Super Bowl, another one that you worked. How did the city of Houston do as a host?
They did a fantastic job, I thought. Let me give a little tip of my Stetson to the host city because they were wonderful. And they like to say howdy down there when you're a visitor. Well, they said howdy, and they took care of people very, very well. I heard nothing but positives, the way that was all set up for the fans. I think everybody had a great time. How about the drones? The drones have gotten involved in our stuff in a big way, and how they were buzzing around and showing different things and giving a great look of the Super Bowl and what was going on in Houston during the surrounding time.
And the halftime show was a good one. A lot of people were abuzz about that afterward.
Plenty. I mean, watching that happen, seeing all the lights, seeing the spectacular reaction of the fans to it, I think that everyone got their money's worth on that.
By the way, do you own a Stetson?
I do. I actually do.
You do?
I actually do. I have one in my closet.
And cowboy boots?
I actually have cowboy boots as well.
Wow, who knew?
How about that?
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. And he finds Cook. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Shift together here from the D-line. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Rick.
Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
Let's go, D. Over here. Switch.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shea McClellan able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Rodgers escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Brady to throw on second down. And he's got Edelman on the out route. That's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
The penalty on first down backs him up 5. It's now first down at 15. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll bring up a second down.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Brady. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Throwing is Brady on third down. He's got time in the pocket. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Nowhere. Danny Amendola. He's going to go. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Danny Amendola taking it in. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And that run caps off a 99-yard drive.
Would it be safe to say that finishing run is an exclamation point on this one?
Big time. I mean, 99-yard drive.
I mean, when you start that, all you're thinking about as an offense is somehow trying to create room for your punter. And if you can get 2 first downs, you've considered the drive a success. I don't know what you call this. All the way down, putting in the end zone. That's pretty spectacular.
Ultimate success. They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And complete right side to Cook. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Rob Ninkovich, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. On third and long, it's Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He'll set up the screen to Lacey. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now it's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And incomplete here to bring up fourth down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
To throw is Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And Davis has it over the middle. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on fourth and long. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Their dangerous wide receiver, 28 yards. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So the Patriots coming out now. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Brady gives this one to Lewis. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. They come out here in the I. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
The ball didn't work very well on that play. Defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, it's Lewis. And no room that time. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. And he'll find his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And on 2nd and 10 now. One final try now for Rodgers. Now a desperation throw. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it. And they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.
face, you're not from the clique. Give me space, we might ride it. Most say that, baby, they don't love it. I thought they love you when you make it. This a mud. Yeah, this a mud. Friends and business don't mix, so I'm brotherless. Tryna get back close, hit them with the stiff. Gears I shift, make sure they feel the drift. Just cop the Benz, oh, with the tick. You should know, cause in every song I said, yeah, in every song I said, I'm just proud of my accomplishments. I'm a 400, I don't care at all. Have a head on. Heard you talking about I'm real, I'm fraud. Your kids and broad ain't straight, you shouldn't care at all.
Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave.
Yeah, 104 times how it go down. Slaps on deck for the whole town. On mamas, man, I did it with my own sound. And I got my own city that I hold down. Just admit it already. You got plans to do it, boy, we did it already. Got a couple DMs, I done slid in already. Gotta ask YG if he hit it already. Yeah, I'm a star like Moesha's. Running up the numbers like Aisha's. Yeah, I be sliding, I be creeping. Girls these days, they just don't know how to keep it. But I got it all handled. They try to box me and I got my own angles, yeah. I'ma spend the summer getting to the cake and I'ma wishing wood on every candle. I'm like,
please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave.
If you ain't know me, bet you know now. Juicy came through with the verse for me both times. In Pot Town, that's automatic, hold down. What's that? Ask no question, just hold it down. While you hating on the progress, I'm a humble, I don't even pop what I do. I just drive the Maybach through the projects. And still brazy, I ain't even drive shit. Hate from a distance, please don't try me. Cause we'll turn it up on anybody. I see why they don't like me. Yelling out 400, they go too heavy. I'm with the posse back at it. Whoa. That mean come on, going platinum. Whoa. That mean I got a Kindle in my mattress. Oh, I got the BD back bragging.
Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave.
destruction. This war is mine. I am the missile. I am the fire. Love is destruction. But this war is mine. This war is mine. I am the missile. I am the fire. Love is destruction.
Babe Ruth ball it. Your boyfriend's got a cauliflower and I'm a... So sue me, who you, Judge Judy? Stacking the rubies, if life was a movie, then you could just call me the Goonies. You're not relevant, trolling on the internet, no respect. Haven't moved out of your parents' basement yet. Big neck, coming with the beat that's gonna break your neck.
You can hear me now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you like it loud, we can make it loud. Can you hold it down? 'Cause we can hold it down. Yeah, you can hear me now. Coming to your city, sending bass into your earlobes, like your bleached out hairdos. We glowing in the dark, got the spark, about to flare the fuse. That's just how we do. To Geronimo, parachute, skydiving off your parents' roof. Saw the magician's assistant in half, like who the are you? Who the are you? Who the are we? We be the dudes who just come over to water the lawn. We don't say hi, we just come over to walk your dog. We nice like that, we super nice like that.
You can hear me now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you like it loud, we can make it loud. Can you hold it down? 'Cause we can hold it down. Yeah, you can hear me now. Yeah, you can hear me now. Turn it up to 11. Blow it up straight to heaven. Drop the big beat so they gotta listen. Yeah, you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you like it loud, we can make it loud. Can you hold it down? 'Cause we can hold it down. Yeah, you can hear me now. Yeah, you can hear me now. Turn it up to 11. Blow it up straight to heaven. Drop the big beat so they gotta listen. Yeah, you can hear me now.
There are men, and there are giants.
Bass and stills in the building, flash the camera. I'ma drop the hammer. Things done changed, the hip-hop sizzle and Bobby out the slammer. Hip-hop start on the East Coast and then move west, now down to Bama. I'ma bring it back to New York, hold those then throw your hands up. Pass me a cup of the in the club with the juice in the get bent out. Then I'ma slide with it to my body and head up to my penthouse hole. I'm not trying to take it slow, working hard, cake and dough. Open up 24, we striving for that goal.
I'll stop for nothing, I will play this game that's so easily started, not so easily
Chlorum, e pluribus unum. They change We set the roof on fire. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire.
If I'm not mistaken, home team made it. 2 threes on my feet, then I pump fake. Baby girl, grab the crew. Kiss it. Sway Lee, Mr. Couldn't took it quicker. Hottest on the planet, got the place lit up. Fly, got expensive taste, sight and touch. We ain't on the same team. Cheer up. Bunch of that make sit up. I ain't come to blend in, boy, I stand out. Money talks, you just popping off at the mouth. If I'm the topic, then the conversation hit it. Right shrimp, getting booked up in every city. Flash out with cash, had the spaz on the waiter. She messed up my order 3 times in a row. I'm good on gas, I just filled up my tank. Now let's fill up her head and let's see if she goes.
We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire.
So bad, swimming in my bed. Off with it, off with it. Young Slim, get it in my infrared. Come and hit the rain, I just lit the gas. Young wild winning, living fast. Stashing money in a brown paper bag. We set the roof on fire, then we flood it out. We just threw the money up, we ain't even count. Shake it. It in my speeder, girl, I'm nothing. Messing up my speech. I'm $1 million player, baby, nothing's at my reach. I'm $1 million like I hit the lottery. Splash her with cash, had the spaz on the waitress. She messed up my order 3 times in a row. I'm good on gas, I just filled up my tank. Now let's fill up her head and let's see if she goes.
We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof on fire.
away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get from a little. I know you're terrified about what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave to lust, heart building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out, like don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Keep up with your friends thing. Tell they bougie, go wait in line with them lame. Talking real rap, tell them break your neck, go and bust a rhyme. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody can. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. Everybody got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station. You hear the same old song. I feel like, dog, I'm about to drop the bomb. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody can. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody can. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it.
Chains. Ow. Caught up in my, put your head on backwards, then skate off after, engage in laughter about what just happened. Napkins get sent to mammies, is that too graphic? Catch you in traffic, you sitting daffy like stealing candy. My ceiling's absent, my wheels are massive, my friends assassins.